Good evening, everyone, Yankee fans. Well, I don't have to say much, but we did it again, baby. Rodon, Rodon, Rodon. Oh my God, what a game! What an absolute gem! And to win 1-0. Oh wow, 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 wow. This team is rolling on all cylinders. What about the defense, everyone? This is incredible. Totally dominant. They're doing it all. Finally, we're getting the Yankees the way we were yesteryear, baby. The way we were. We got to keep going. We got to start. This is incredible. I don't even know where do we start, baby. Where do we start? Give me the comments. Let me know what you thought of the game. Let's do a little. We could do a little recap. Right now, obviously, the Yankees won 1-0, and in the stats, we just got one of our really cool NY Mania co-host, and here he comes. Hey Ken, how you doing? Happy holiday season. How you
Happy
doing?
holiday season to you too. Not bad, not bad at all. Five
What?
in a row. Can't
What a
complain.
game! What a game! Oh my God. Um. Well, first, just before we start, we'll just go over, just about what really went on. Carlos Rodon went 6 innings, 2 hits. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Before we start, hats off to the Tampa Bay Rays for an excellent game played. And that damn left fielder, Caminero, robbed Rice. Fantastic play by him.
Yes, he did.
Fantastic play by the left fielder, that diving catch in the early part of the game. I want to say second inning, maybe.
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah.
they
No,
they played
kudos. Yeah, they did.
they played a very, very tough game, and that's what I expect to see out of Tampa Bay every time we face them.
Well, that's the way it is usually. No question about it. But Rodon went 6 innings, 2 hits, 9 strikeouts, which I think it was Jonathan had predicted. Oh, that was you, Ken. All right, kudos to you. I'm sorry. And so he had 9 Ks, 4 walks. Mark Leiter went an inning, a hit, 2 strikeouts. Fernando Cruz an inning, 2 strikeouts, and Luke Weaver, the Dream Weaver man, um, uh, went 2 Ks and gave up nothing. As far as hitting, guys, Ben Rice went 0 for 4, but as you said, he was robbed on a beautiful play. Aaron Judge, 3 hits. I'm sorry, not 3 hits, 3 at bats. He went 0 for 3. Bellinger, he also went 0 for 3. Paul Goldschmidt, PG is just ridiculous. He's just playing unreal. Chisholm again, 4 at bats, no hits. JC, 2 at bats, one K. Volpe, 3 strikeouts. He looked like he had a hole in the bat in the first 3 at bats. Again, Grissom was the hero again with the big hit to drive in the run, and Cabrera had 1 hit. You know, it's just amazing to me the unsung heroes that are happening here. It's really amazing. As I bring in Jonathan. Hey, big guy, how are you, man?
Good, good.
Everything good with you?
He's here.
Did you have a nice night?
I am happy with the results.
I'm sure you are, baby. Defense, 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 defense,
I,
defense.
I was hoping for more runs, but I'm glad we won. That
Hey,
that type of game reminded me of the old school Mariano, where he would just go down to the last pitch to with one lead.
oh yeah, you're right. Listen, 10-0, 1-0, 50-0. It's a win in the Yankee column, and that's what counts. That's what we were
You know
hoping.
what? Volpe might have went 0 for 3 with 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. But Volpe had 2 fantastic defensive plays. Him gunning the runner at third base on the relay. Yeah. It killed their drive off a Leiter. Leiter settled down and
yeah, that one play by I think it was Judge and Volpe.
Yeah, that was incredible.
No, it was Grisham and Volpe.
Grisham and Volpe?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Grisham went. Anyway, that one play changed the course of the game for the Yankees. I think their momentum was shifting to the Rays during that inning, and that getting that out gave them back the momentum.
Without a doubt.
It violated the fundamental rule that you don't make the first or last out at third base.
Well, the Rays are a very aggressive team. They've always have been, and they're a team that would violate that rule more than any other team.
Listen, they would have probably done it they would have done it 3 out of 4 times. It had to be a perfect throw. Everything had to fall into place, and it did. And if you practice that play 10 times, you're lucky to get it done 3 times. I mean, let's face it. Unless you're a very slow, runner.
I remember the days of Carl Crawford when he would do that same play, and he would always beat it. And I would hate seeing that.
Oh yeah. Oh, good. Please, those were the.
Hats off to Paul Goldschmidt with his defensive play at first base, because he saved a couple of those guys throwing errors.
Oh yeah, yes, he did. You're right.
The one that Volpe took way into the hole and bounced past it to him. Goldie came up, outstanding catch, and then the one that I don't know what the hell Gaz was doing, but he threw like a 45-foot ball that bounced and skipped low, and Goldie dug it out.
It's incredible. I mean, you can't ask for much more than what they're doing on defense. They're getting a little timely hit here and there. Of course, it looks like that Rodon is this year's recipient of not getting any runs. So whenever they take the lead, he's going to have to protect it, at least for now. He's one of these guys, unfortunately, that we do not score on. The Yankees don't score too much on him with him, and it's kind of ridiculous. I mean, there's always that one pitcher that will get 1,000 runs, and of course that one pitcher that will get nothing. So
Rodon showed you today and in his last start that he can really be a valuable starting pitcher. If the Yankees can start scoring 3+ runs every start that he will be a valuable piece going forward.
Yes,
he's the offensive to help him. Yeah, he needs runs.
No question about it, guys. I mean,
it's just like that game a long time ago. I think I remember there was a perfect game going into the 13th inning, and the team did not score, and they ended up losing or something like that.
Right.
Do you remember
that?
Like that?
Yes.
But 2 out of 3 Rodon losses, Yankees got shut out.
Yeah.
His loss against Zach Gallen, he got shut out, or the team got shut out. And his loss against
that game was still.
And the game against Skubal, the team got shut out. So
those are 2 Cy Young worthy players.
And remember, guys, about Ben Rice would have had another home run. He actually the ball was in the stands.
Yeah.
He just made an incredible play, and kudos, obviously to him. But
the fans did a great job of not interfering with Caminero when he went into the stands too.
Right, which was excellent. They did the right thing. Otherwise, You know, would have been either he was out or they would have made it a double. Who knows? Probably called him out. They would have probably called him out at that point. So,
Yeah.
but a lot of
there are no more Jeffrey Mayers in this sport.
yeah, right. Those days, I believe, are over. I don't think we're going to see any of that. Just quickly, guys, to update everyone on what's going around the league. We have bottom of the ninth, Cardinals and Mets are tied at 4. Bottom of the eighth, the Atlanta Braves lead the Twins 6-4. The Dodgers 1-0, bottom 7 on Texas. Houston Astros 5-2, bottom 6 on the Padres. Milwaukee Brewers 2-0 in the bottom of the 5th with the Athletics. The Angels and Giants 0-0, bottom of the 1st. Finals, the Cubs 13, Arizona 11. That was an incredible, crazy game. The Detroit Tigers 7, the Royals 3, the Guardians 10, the Pirates 7, the Philadelphia Phillies 7, the Miami Marlins 2, and Cincinnati 8, the Orioles 3. The Toronto Blue Jays are hanging in there, playing tough ball, good ball, 3-1 over the Mariners, and the Red Sox did a number on the White Sox 10-3, and the Rockies and the Washington Nationals were postponed.
Yeah, the one player I want to shout out in this game was Cruz. When we got Cruz, we didn't know what we got. Now Cruz looks like a legit, almost like I don't know, what Tim Hill did last year.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah,
maybe David Robertson of years past.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, with Cruz the way he is, and you bring Loaiza back, Lasagna has closer stuff, so you're looking at a 4-person bridge to closing games out. That makes games very short.
Yeah.
Bringing that quartet out.
And you're taking the pressure from.
The good thing is they didn't need to use Williams today.
Well, Williams only threw 6 pitches last night, so
Right.
I mean it's not like he was stressed or anything.
Still, you never want to overuse your closer. Plus, the Rays have never faced Williams. If you want to save your closer for a different game, this is an example.
Oh,
maybe there's another game that's more maybe tomorrow's game. It's a similar game with the Yankees up by 1 or 2 runs, and then you bring in Williams with a fresh arm and a different look.
Yeah, and tomorrow's no different. I mean, it's not going to be a picnic against. It's going to be Carlos Carrasco against Shane Bays.
Yeah,
and he's 2-0, and his ERA is 1.42. I'll tell you, with these ERAs with Tampa, they should have a lot more wins. I mean, it's incredible these ERAs they're throwing out there, and he has 27 strikeouts in 19 innings.
If you look at Tampa's numbers, the staff is near the top of the league in everything.
Every department.
If you look at their hitting, they're mid to bottom of the league in everything. So they're not scoring runs, which generally bodes well for us. And Cookie came out. He did a fantastic job his last outing. It's going to be another warm weather environment for him.
Right.
Cookie's 2-1. He's got the dropped his ERA from 7.71 down to 5.94. So all we're hoping is for 5 good innings out of him where he keeps us in the game.
And who expected Goldschmidt to hit 373?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't expect 373, but I expected Goldschmidt to hit. He's a professional hitter. I've watched him his entire career. Guy had an off early half last year and came screaming back in the second half. He's a great hitter. He's a great defender. I had no issues with the signing where a lot of Yankee fans were like, oh, why are we bringing this old man in? Well, I think he's freaking proving it right now. Hey, Sean, how's it going?
with this team, what move do you make when you get Stanton back?
It doesn't matter at this point. Stanton is 2 months away, so ride the Rice train as long as it lasts. And who knows, when Stanton comes back, Rice may be in a slump. He may be slumping, may need some time off.
Yeah.
He may still be as hot. You never can tell. But one thing is a certain fact of life is pitchers make adjustments. They did it to Rice last year and shut him down completely.
I have a final score alert for you guys. The Mets just had got had a walk off. Francisco Lindor just hit a home run in the bottom of the ninth inning, and the Mets just won the game 5-4. So that's a lift for them. I mean, with all the hoopla, with everything going on with that team, quietly they're winning their games. Philadelphia's keeping in line with them. But, if those guys start catching fire, it's going to be a very interesting league. So, but just wanted to give you just any Met fans that are listening and all, by all means, everyone, please press that like button, subscribe to New York Yankee Mania. This is where you're going to get the information as soon as the game is over. You're going to get live updates from other games and all, and people like Ken, the Ugly Truth. Jonathan is one of the big fans of a lot of different shows, and we're very happy to have him contribute anytime here on New York Yankee Mania. So, and I thank everybody there. Please press that like button. A question, guys. What is your observation about Chas Chisholm right now? Do you think he's pressing? Do you think something's going on? Do you think if this continues, the Yankees are going to get weary of him? Maybe move on from him?
I think he might be under a little bit of stress. He's acting a little bit more aggressive than he was last year. Maybe it's the fact that I don't know if he's going to be a free agent this year, and that might put some pressure on him. But he seemed like he's playing with more stress on his shoulders than he did last year.
Ken?
Jazz is who Jazz is. The player that you're seeing now is who he's been his entire career. He's a guy that has speed. He's got a little bit of pop in his bat, and he strikes out a shit ton. His defense is solid. He has played an excellent second base, especially compared to what we had with Gleyber Torres last year and all the errors. He may not be coming out of the gates fast, but he'll be okay. I don't have any concerns about Jazz.
I was a little concerned. I didn't like Volpe. I mean, I know he played unbelievable defense, and it was a la Derek Jeter with one of those plays. But something's going on with the batting. He's overmatched. He's absolutely overmatched. I mean, I know he was throwing it in the mid 90s and maybe even 97. But he's a problem. Before as soon as he goes up, it's like it's already 0-2. I mean, my God, he never gets anything in his favor. So a lot of times he's going to swing at the first pitch wherever it is, and he's either going to swing and miss or hit a little ground ball or pop it up. And it's just alarming. It doesn't look like there's a game plan there. It's just go up and swing. And he's missing at an alarming rate. Alarming. His first 2 strikeouts were 3 swings and misses on both at the plate. To me, that's a little alarming. I know you could have an off night. Anybody could have an off night. But
maybe he needs a day off. Maybe Jazz just needs a day off to just chill out.
That's one thing you notice. He never gets any days off. Everybody else does.
Well, Jazz is fixing to get a day off because he
got suspended.
He's got a suspension that he appealed, and the league is going to come back and say you're expended. So he's going to have a night off, and Peraza is going to have his shot at second base.
Well, I'll tell you.
If
If
it was up to me, I would tell Chisholm, take the day off tomorrow.
Right.
Tell the team you're suspended. Take your day and just cool your hot head, and just give your mind a break and come back to the next day.
If I was Chisholm, I would have taken off tonight with that tough pitcher. So I would have just said, you know what? Let me get my bearings. But maybe that suspension one game will put a fire under him, and we'll wake him up. So listen, he can't get any worse at the plate aside from striking out every time. But there's got to be more protection because the team starts seeing that. So the person before him is not going to get the pitches like they've been getting because Paul G, no matter where you put him, he's just phenomenal. He's just what does he have? 28 hits, incredible. And what he's doing, and he was like, okay, we'll settle for Paul G because they didn't want to go for the big contract, spend $85 million, so that they'll spend a cool 12, 13 million and give him a 1-year deal and see if he has anything left. But when I knew that it was going to be a big change with Paul, that first interview that he did with Yes when he signed, there was something about that interview that you could see it in his eyes. I'm coming. I'm gonna be a Tiger this year. Not a Tiger, but you know what I mean. He was going to be really rolling, and he is. And God willing, he stays healthy. I mean, he's done more for the Yankees now than first base did all of last year, if you really look at it.
Throughout his career, he's averaged about 150 games played in the field every year for his entire career since he became an actual starter. He is a true Iron Man in the sport. He is a professional hitter, and his first base play he learned from former Yankee Lyle Overbay, who was also an excellent first baseman defensively. Yes. So hence he was brought up the right way, and he has done it the right way. And the kid that he had under his wing before he left Arizona was Christian Walker, who turned into a monster of a defender and hitter himself. And now the next generation, they brought in Naylor there in Arizona. But Walker is an excellent defensive first baseman and hitting first baseman, just like Goldschmidt.
Mm-hmm.
So they passed it down, and hopefully Paul with the Yankees this year can work with Ben Rice to get his defensive skills at first on par. So I don't think that the Yankees. I don't think that the Yankees are going to retain him. So it would be nice to have a player in spot without us having to go into the damn free agent market to pull a first baseman.
Well, listen,
the Yankees also have a very difficult schedule. Not until they play the Rockies in the end of May. Every team they play now until the end of May are teams that would be potential playoff teams.
Well,
Jonathan, you'd mentioned Jazz's contract. Jazz is next year will be his third year of arbitration, and he's actually he'll be an unrestricted free agent in 2027.
So he has plenty. He has a couple of years.
If he lasts that long in New York, I remember hearing all the hoopla. He's gonna play himself right out of New York City within a year and a half. So
the other thing to remember is the Yankees have a lot of infield prospects. If they have someone who can play better than Jazz Chisholm, maybe Chisholm can be a trade chip.
True. But again, we're all so fast that and everybody has the opinion about Paul G. But listen, if he has a solid year, I mean, listen, he's not going to come back and demand $30 million next year. So I can't see why if the Yankees wanted to, go light and go heavy with something else, why wouldn't they give him another shot? I mean, we're all dismissing it, but hey, listen, he's not going to keep up this pace.
Look, today they announced that Murakami is dealing with an injury. Do they want to risk signing Murakami if he's still injured at the end of the year? Does Murakami still want to come to New York? One reason why I think they signed Goldschmidt for 1 year was because they were going after Murakami. If Murakami is not an option, then I could see them re-signing Goldschmidt.
But do the Yankees really need
Hey,
another
NFE.
strikeout home run hitter? Aren't we tired of that?
They don't need a home run hitter. They need a guy who can get on base for the home run hitters. They
Right.
need an on base guy for the guys who can get hits to drive them in. That's how Lou Gehrig got 184 RBIs in 1 year.
Right. Totally understand. But if this guy's going to strike out,
he didn't strike out. He had Babe Ruth in front of him. He got all the pitches, and he has 100. He finished his career with 1,995. Unfortunately, we all know his story, and he probably would have ended up with more RBIs than Babe Ruth. But that's
but the thing is, again, this guy with all the strikeouts. I don't know if I want to go through. Do we really want to go through that? We have enough with Stanton. You don't want to go through all of this, and Judge goes through it. Sometimes it happens together, and now you have Chisholm. Now you're gonna add another guy that he's all or nothing. There's nothing in between. I mean, check out his stats. Yes, they're good, but the strikeout is alarming. It's very alarming. So, I mean, again, that's for us to discuss after the season. Hopefully, after the Yankees win the World Series this year. Hopefully, but
that's a long stretch from now.
Hey, Jake Boss, thanks for joining the stream.
NFE
also. Jake Boss's comment seems like Rice's performance will play a role in Goldie's coming back. Don't disagree with you even slightly on that one.
Yeah, maybe Rice, if Rice plays well enough and learns to play a solid first base, maybe he's the future first baseman.
Maybe, but I don't know. It's possible.
What do you think could be a future role for Rice long term?
Can you take that?
Well, they're grooming him to be a first baseman. He was a catcher in our farm system. He can catch. I think he's our emergency backup catcher. His throws to second base are a little bit wild. He's not got a great pop time, so he's not really going to be able to hold or throw runners out with any consistency. And that's why I think they made him, when he was down at AAA, start to transition to first base. It's not something uncommon that you see with catchers transitioning to first or third base.
Right. Well, I was mentioning today. I'm sorry, Ken. I was mentioning today that I'm not crazy about his backstop skills. I don't think he has the arm, and I think the way they are right now is okay until they dip into the minor leagues for Rodriguez. So who knows? But you don't want to play too much with Ben Rice. He's doing fine. Let's leave him. He doesn't need to worry about 1,000 pitches. We need his bat. That's what I think the Yankees really need right now. You need his bat, and he definitely doesn't need to to worry about, the pitcher tonight, and I'm going to play first base tomorrow, and I'm going to DH, and no, we don't want that. So hopefully, Yankees make a decision. And to me, he's got to really be emergency catcher. That's just the way I feel, guys.
And as for Spencer Jones and NFE's comment, I think honestly Jones is going to be, if he makes it to the major leagues and stays, I think he's a long-term outfielder.
Mm-hmm. Well, I would love if Spencer Jones keeps hitting at this crazy, at a good pace that he's doing. I don't see why he wouldn't just come up and give it a try. Maybe after the trade deadline, if the Yankees are lacking a hitter, you got nothing to lose.
Because look, the other thing to think about, if Spencer Jones can come up and hit major league pitchers, you don't need to go after Kyle Tucker and spend $500 or $600 million and use that money in other ways to help the team.
There's no way they're going to sign Kyle Tucker.
I know, but there will be a lot of fans yelling at House telling you to sign Kyle Tucker.
Oh, well, yeah.
And as NFE says, if you want to cut the payroll, you have to play the young players. And Spencer Jones is part of that.
100%. 100%.
I mean, essentially, what you're looking at is building the blocks for the new core, like the Yankees did in the '90s. I call them the core 5. Everyone says core 4, but Bernie Williams is definitely in that freaking core.
Yeah,
true.
Bernie Williams is really the one who started it.
Exactly. He was the linchpin that came up first. He took his lumps, I think 3 seasons before the rest of the guys started showing up. And look at Williams' performance in the postseason with his major league experience. He was freaking phenomenal.
And he had a batting champion. He was a batting champion for the Yankees in '98. So was O'Neill in '94.
Oh, 100%.
I think that O'Neill trade, the Kelly O'Neill trade, was the turning point for the Yankees in the '90s. That one trade.
Oh yeah, for Bobby Kelly or Roberto. That was incredible.
It was funny when Paul was a Cincinnati Red. I had a girlfriend that her family's from the Cincinnati area, and I saw him play a couple of games at Riverfront Stadium, and he pounded the hell out of the ball. Everything that he hit was intense, hard. He hit a couple of home runs in a couple of games that I saw. And when he got traded to the Yankees, I was so freaking happy to see him coming. A left-handed power bat like him.
Right.
With good defensive skills.
Well, the
only thing that I saw back then, even when he was with the Reds, is the dude had a temper. He used to beat the shit out of things with his bat.
I like what he did with the water jugs.
Oh yeah, that poor thing. And so the Yankees said, "Okay, you're paying for that this time." That's enough.
They even gave him the water jug for the when they retired.
Yeah, that was cool.
I like.
The knock on O'Neill. The reason why he was out of Cincinnati is they felt he couldn't hit left-handed pitching. So they felt, go get an up-and-coming youngster. Yankees always trading, good young players. So Roberto Kelly at the time was up and coming. And, oh my God, when I saw that trade, I was like, yes. There was something about Roberto Kelly. I just didn't think he would fit here. And I was right about that. If you remember, guys, they got him back for 1 year. And he did all right.
I don't remember Roberto Kelly coming back.
What?
I don't remember Roberto Kelly.
Yeah, Roberto Kelly came back for 1 year, it didn't work out. Like Soriano, you guys remember Soriano? And then he came back and he was hitting home runs like crazy. But there was no way for us to get back, and that was the 2008 year, right before they went crazy and they signed CC and those guys and you know,
AJ Burdett.
I remember when they signed Roger Clemens to that massive contract in the middle of the season.
oh yeah, with Susan Wolman going, goodness gracious, my goodness gracious, look who's in the Yankee and look who's talking in the press box. Oh my God. So or Yankee fans, you could hear that on YouTube. That was a great moment. You know, when he came back, he pitched pretty good, but you know, come on, the age was there. You know, again,
25 years old.
not even a touch on like you know that, but that 2003 World Series, they were so shot from that grueling series with the Red Sox that the Yankees really they were just out of it, and it's no excuse. They were just out. I mean, Mariano Rivera was gassed. I don't know if you remember when after Boone homered, Mariano was on the floor in the pitcher's mound. I mean, he looked like he didn't have anything left. He
Well,
was
he did that for every win like that. He always went to the pitcher's mound, got down on his knees, and just almost
no down on his knees was one thing, but he was laying down like, guys, I couldn't give you another pitch. And there was like a 1 day layoff, and they were so flat in game one. But we won't touch that. Let's not go. You know, that's negative. We want to talk positive, and you know, who knows? You know, maybe tomorrow again, another squeaker, get by it, and Easter Sunday would be a beautiful day for another sweep. That would be awesome. It's getting ahead of ourselves, but still, you know, these are games that we normally lose, especially against Tampa Bay. So, you know what I know? When we'll really know this is special, they always lose a Saturday afternoon game against Tampa. Always. Especially when Tampa's the home team. If they win this game, then we've got something cooking here. Something's going right here. So I'm excited. You know, it's once again, I can't wait for the Yankees to start. I can't wait. And they're giving that vibe. And you know, we leave that up. Are you guys? It's probably not in the back of your minds, but I'm sure with Yankee fans, it is. Are you guys looking forward to in May that one series that we could circle against the New York Mets?
Don't
How do you
care.
feel about that? You don't care? If they're just you feel it's like just another team?
I will also be away that week, so I won't be able to see it. But I talked with a friend of mine about possibly going to a Subway Series game.
Are you happy, Ken, that they went from 4 games back to 6? Or do you think they should have just kept it 2-2?
2-2.
2-2. I was fine with 2-2. I don't
Three-
really give a damn about the Subway Series. Never have. The only time I care to see the Mets is in the freaking World Series.
Yeah,
Hopefully, they kick their asses. But
2000.
Do you both agree that the Yankees had a no-win situation in 2000? If they win, they're supposed to win. If they lose, oh my God, they lost to the Mets.
I think that was an unfair thing put on them by the media because they are the Yankees. They are expected to win. Just because you're expected to win, the Yankees have been in the World. Let's just put it this way: the Yankees have been in the World Series. What is it? 41 times, and they won 27 of them.
Correct.
If the Yankees were expected to win, they would have realistically. They could have won at least 2 of their series. They could have won in 1960, and they could have won in I forget what other
2001.
2001. So if there was one series that I would say they were expected to win and didn't, it would probably have been 1960.
Okay, fair enough. But you know what? With everything that happened with 9/11 and all of that, actually, I was working at the stadium at the time. I really thought the chips were that New York was going to get the world championship again. I really thought it, but it just wasn't in the cards. Who knows?
Well, just remember they didn't close the roof on that one. Then in the ninth inning, if they closed the roof in ninth inning, you don't have Mariano misgripping the ball, and that was the one problem in that game. It started raining and they didn't close the roof.
Right, and also the game that Andy Pettit, game 6, he got creamed.
Well,
I mean,
he was also against Randy Johnson, and that the Yankees were not going to beat Randy Johnson in 2001, regardless. The Yankees had an opportunity to get.
Johnson came in as a reliever and kicked our ass again.
Yes. So they had no chance to beat Randy Johnson in 2001, regardless of what they did.
Well,
the
Kurt
Yankees had
Schilling
a chance to trade for him in 1998 and chose not to.
Well, Kurt Schilling wasn't a piece of cake either. They weren't.
Schilling,
Really, the only pitcher they could hit was their closer. That was, and I'll never forget the comments of Tim McCall when he said, I just can't believe what I just saw. I can't believe it. It's just that was one way, rest in peace to McCarver, to keep him quiet. Because when you had those two together, forget about it. If you had Yankee haters, you couldn't get any more than that. And then an opening day, we had to get Joe Buck. I mean, are you kidding me? At least put Michael Kay with him. Give us a break. I mean, yeah, we had David Cohn. There was one from every team. I understand that, but Michael Kay actually deserves to be on that. But whatever. That was a few weeks ago. So the rest of the game, yeah. Sorry, Ken.
I mean, right now we've got a tough row to hoe with Tampa Bay,
yes.
But our series we can lighten up. We follow up going to Cleveland, which is a tough place for us to play, and they've got a excellent team. Then we're back at home against the Blue Jays. Then we're in Baltimore, where we don't play really well against the frickin' Orioles. Then we got Tampa coming back to our house and San Diego following that. So you've got all serious teams for postseason marks in this part of our season. So it's critical for us to win as many as possible.
Well,
I mean,
but now that
you
watch, I think it's going to change.
The thing in Baltimore, do you think moving the fences in Baltimore helped or hurt?
It helps the Orioles. They're glad that frickin' Gleyber Torres isn't on the team because that's where he used to bang home runs out. I think they actually moved the damn fence out because of Torres.
Awesome.
That's a very nice stadium. I've been there a couple times.
I've been there probably 20 times or so. Every time the Yankees play in Baltimore, I'm in Camden Yards for at least a couple of games.
Yeah, I went there once last year, and I've probably been there 2 more times in my life. So I may have gone 3 or 4 times in my life. One was when I used to go. My mom used to take me. She used to have a connection to the stadium. She used to have a patient, and the patient had tickets to Camden Yards. So,
did you guys? Were any of you guys at Camden Yards when the Gleyber Torres went off crazy with all those home runs?
No,
Yes.
I went last year, and that was the game Judge hit a couple home runs, and the Yankees won. The Yankees really blew. That was the game the Yankees blew out the Orioles.
Ken, you saw those home runs by Gleyber, some of them?
I did.
That was unbelievable. That was incredible. I'll never forget Gary Thorne said, "Are you kidding me? They're pitching to this guy. Just put him on first base. That's enough." I mean, do you need any more? Do you need any more panic? By the way, I want to give a shout out in the comments. on our channel. We just got and he's excited about it. We just got a new subscriber. I want to give a shout out to John F. John F. Thank you for subscribing. And if you have time, you should come on, ask a question. We really appreciate it. Please tell everybody, anybody that are Yankee fans and all, I really, really thank you. He's saying that he saw it on X. Excellent. Thank you again, John, and get the word out. Anybody and anybody that wants to talk Yankee baseball, this is one of the outlets to do it. Also, they could go to Ken, the Ugly Truth. You talk nostalgia, you talk present, talk whatever. Ken has I was fortunate enough to be on his stream the other day on Thursday, and it was excellent. And I felt very honored to be on it. And Ken, I appreciate that, and I'm sure the fans appreciate that you give them the say, which is what we all want to do. Like someone like Jonathan. Go ahead, Ken.
Yeah.
Well, that's the whole point. Part of why I went with the format that I have is to give everybody a chance to say their piece. There are opinions. There are no true wrong opinions. I will dispute talking points. I guarantee you that fact, and have you support it. But the only things that for me are not tolerant is not caring and talking down to other people on the chats, and
Correct.
racial slurs are the quickest way to not meet my happy side. But,
Yeah, I mean, that's true
And
for all.
I'll make this offer that if you want me to help you moderate, and you can make me a moderator in your next chat, if you know how to do that, if you want me to help you moderate, just make me a moderator in the next chat.
I intend on it.
There you go. Okay. We are so. Ken, you've been on for what, a few months, or how long have you been on now?
I've been doing it since spring training. So
Awesome.
2 months.
Awesome.
You started with NFE.
Last year I started. Actually, I started with Max Coverage TV on his stream, and went to start co-hosting on Thursdays with NFE when he had open panels, and then did almost every play-by-play last year on the Strike Zone. So
that's great. That's great. Eventually I would like to do something like that. And get people involved. It just enhances the show. There's just a lot of things we can cover. But you have to start where you start. And I think we're all doing a very, very good job. And hands up and kudos to all of us, because hey, this isn't easy, guys. When people go out there, you're talking to the public, you're expressing yourself. There are a lot of people that I know. Just they said, Joe, there's no way. Even on a podcast, there's no way I can go on. It's not for me. I'll listen. I'll say some questions. So, kudos to what's done here, to all the creators, and it's just getting better every day. That everybody's on, it gets better, more interactive with everyone. They have some great skits. They have some great background music. Sometimes you feel like you're at the game. So you want that feeling, and I'm really looking forward to moving forward with you guys and everyone, to make our. But without you guys out there, we don't have a show. So you need to like us, like the buttons, like all of our shows, everyone. Subscribe, tell Yankee fans, tell anybody that is really interested in baseball in general. We will talk. It doesn't have to be Yankee talk all the time. obviously they do play another team, and there will be games that are going to be very big this season, and we're going to be right there to cover it, pregame, postgame, maybe even in game. Let's see how it goes at this point. I already made a little change with everybody, and already I've gotten quite a bit. I got some nice likes, and that is an update around 8 a.m. in the morning to just give an update of what went on during the overnight. If they didn't get the scores from the late games, and there could be trades, there could be transactions. We get the day rolling, and we also say exactly when we're coming on for if the Yankees are playing that day for the pregame and then the postgame. So kudos to everyone. But again, getting back to the roar of the matter here.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
Just give a shout out to John the Beagle Dad. He just jumped in with us on the stream.
Yeah.
Oh, great. There's just one thing going on. I know there's people on here, but my all of my the writings and everything, nothing's coming through for me.
Well, I
Take it from private chat to comments. Scroll all the way back up to the top of the screen.
Right.
And do you have private chat selected or do you have comments selected?
No, it says private. It's private chat. I do have Sean Browning's writing, and that's it. And I know people have written it, and it's not coming up.
Well, we have Sean Browning.
I'm seeing everything. I'm seeing everything in the comments and in both here and in YouTube.
Yeah, I'm just not. I'm not seeing it. It's just, I don't know. It's just nothing really. Nothing. I don't. I mean, you guys are seeing it great. It's just it's funny because I can't see it. I don't. It's not coming up here. I guess it might be a technical glitch on my end here, but I don't see it. Anyway, what was he saying? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take it away from him.
I find Michael Kit K very annoying from John the Beagle Dad.
Okay, now I got it.
Michael Kit K.
Okay, thanks everyone. Now I feel whole again, guys.
Look, a lot of things with Yankee announcer went downhill when Bobby Mercer died. I enjoyed Bobby Mercer, listening to him. I met Bobby Mercer twice. He was a very nice guy and a very good announcer.
Well, here's
same thing as with Phil Rizzuto.
Well, back in the day, we had Tony Kubek calling games, and he was pretty good.
Tony Kubek.
Good. I think it's always better to have former players be the announcer and not guys like Michael Kay, because they have no real. They've never played Major League Baseball. When you have a former Major League Baseball player announcing Major League Baseball games, it feels more authentic.
Yeah, no, it does.
In tonight's broadcast, you had Todd Frazier, former Yankee, and
he's doing a good job, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
He's doing a very good job.
He's got good aspects that he's talking about from a player perspective, even talking about problems like something the Jazz may be experiencing or whatnot. So I like him as the commentator.
Yeah, he meshes well with Michael Kay. John, I do agree to a certain point, but it seems like this year Michael Kay has, I guess maybe because he's getting a little bit older, but he is a little bit more subdued. He's more hipped. He's more into taking some more chances. Even the small things like what they're doing with even to try to eat some food or something. He just seems to me that he's a little bit more hip to the Yankee broadcast than he was even up to a year ago.
Yeah, I'm not a Michael Kay fan. Never really cared for him.
mean,
Right. Well, again, everybody has their cream of the crop.
And
New
there-
York.
yeah, the other thing to remember and why a lot of players in the past didn't get paid what they're paying now. So there's really no incentive of being a broadcaster unless you really love talking baseball. It's
Yeah.
not about the money.
No,
another
you're right.
shout out to Stephen B joining the chat. Thanks for supporting the channel, brother. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jonathan. I'm sorry, mine is going very, very slow, and now I'm getting it just pops up. So I have one of these glitches, but at least we're on the air. That's what counts. And if you guys could tell us, questions, by all means, please let me know, because it's not coming up fast for me. But at least we're on the you were on the air.
Long and short, tonight the Yankees played a great game. Rodon did what we needed him to do. He's the pitcher that we paid for.
Yeah.
Pitching his 6 innings. I predicted 7, so I was an inning short on him. I did predict the 9 strikeouts that he got.
Yes, you did. Kudos to you.
And I did.
I predicted 6 on Effie's show.
And I predicted, what else did I? I predicted him giving up 2 earned runs and a solo home run being one of them. Thankfully, I was wrong on that because we only won 1-0.
Yeah, Stephen B celebrating with Chinese food. What do you have,
Outstanding.
big guy? What's on the menu?
And then we got
Well, that's usually NFE's job, talking about food.
got some outstanding defensive play from the boys tonight.
Yes.
Hats off to the Rays. They had some pretty outstanding plays, and Rasmussen was a solid starter against us. Hell, he only gave up 1 run and took the loss tonight. And the bullpen locked it down too. So
The defense has greatly improved from last year.
Sean Brown.
I think
Sean Brown.
getting rid of Torres is a breath of fresh air because of his defense.
Yeah, Sean Brown.
Sacrificing offense for defense is well worth it.
Yeah, no, I was kidding. Sean is saying I was an inning short, but nailed the K's. And generous Chow's chicken fingers, and pork fried rice. Now that you're making us hungry, how about sending some to New York here?
chicken fingers aren't Chinese. Come on now.
I like
Fried rice, I'll go with. General Tso's chicken, I'll go with.
Maybe it's chicken feet.
Well, I would have to wait till after midnight, because I'm not going to, in the religion and the Christian Catholic, not to eat meat on Good Friday. So, technically they say after midnight it's okay, but I still wouldn't do it until tomorrow morning.
But Joe, you're
Yes.
age exempt.
Yeah, I don't know.
59. You're older than 59. You're age exempt.
Yeah, you can add another 20. No, I'm sorry. That's right. Well,
I'm aware, but that's the whole point. My mother, when I was taking care of her, she's in her, she's about to turn 86 next month, and she's fighting me about eating proteins and whatnot. And I was like, for your health's sake, you got to do it. So don't let pride freaking mess you up either.
I know, but sometimes you could do away with you have some pizza, or actually today I went with sushi. I don't know if you guys eat sushi.
I do.
But I had a California roll. I had a salmon and tuna. So I really went with that. I did a nice little salad, and I was good. And then I waited for the Yankee game. Got very excited. Very, very. There was a couple of nail biting time, but it was actually pretty good. But then Easter Sunday, we're gonna eat and eat and eat and eat. It's my one day of cheating. And then that's it. When we go back to
Not Thanksgiving.
The what?
Not Thanksgiving.
Well, Thanksgiving, we're talking about in November, after the Yankees are world champions for 28. So, that's a long way. Let's worry about 4th of July or Memorial Day first, guys.
Okay.
But yeah,
'Cause
It,
when I think of food and eating, I think of Thanksgiving.
there you go. What's your favorite?
I like turkey and squash souffle.
Wow. Okay. Ken, are you a big turkey guy?
Uh, my wife is allergic to poultry, so she
Oh,
can't eat anything that has feathers on it. So for Thanksgiving, I'm always preparing two things. I'm doing a ham, and I'm doing a turkey because everyone else likes turkey. So come Thanksgiving for me, it is a long couple of days of cooking. She is a baking ninja. She bakes stuff that's bad for everybody. But
okay. Well, you could send some this way, my friend. You
yeah,
know, what's her number one dessert? What is she? What is she?
there is no number one dessert. Anything that the church has her baking for the French cafe. Anything that's dessert oriented, she does, and she's very, very good at it.
Oh,
And
fantastic!
she
God bless
and
her.
she's one of these types of people that she don't have a recipe. She does everything by pinch this, dash this. You can't mirror anything that she cooks. Well,
It's
dessert
awesome.
wise.
She sounds
That-
like my grandmother did.
Well, maybe she should cook for the Yankees because they're getting poisoned every night,
Yeah,
and
that whole
suck.
food poisoning thing. I'm like, what the hell are they eating and where are they getting it from?
I don't know, but
I
every day
I
it's another
told
day that's going down.
Well, Ken, I told Joe the last time I was in Seattle in the T-Mobile Park, when I went to a game, I got some food from there, and I got food poisoned
There you go.
in T-Mobile Park.
Jeez.
So
Well,
I
hopefully,
I had a bad 3 days on my vacation to Seattle when I was at a game.
hopefully one of these days the dream that would be fantastic. One of these days we could all get together, fans alike and everything, go to a Yankee game. I think that would be incredible.
Well,
That would be fun. Either home or somewhere else, wherever. But I think that would, getting everybody together would be that would. You're talking about family. That would be a great family thing for everybody, not only in Mania, but Ken, on your channel, The Ugly Truth, and you name it, NFE and Jason, and I believe NFE is catching up with a few people when the Yanks go visit Colorado, so that
yeah,
should be.
Yeah.
I was actually hoping to go. Unfortunately, a couple of changes here. We can't, but we will. I want to make it there. It'd be a lot of fun. So
It's the stadium is beautiful. In that venue, there is absolutely not a bad seat in the house, no matter where you sit.
I don't remember the dates that he got.
I think he's got for all three.
No,
I
I
think
don't
he's got
remember
all
the
three.
exact dates. The dates. In
I
Colorado.
think it's the Memorial Day weekend, guys.
I can't, yeah, the 23rd, 24th, and 25th. I am actually going away the week before that to California. So I can't take 2 weeks off from, it's very hard for me to go to California, come back to New York, and then go to Colorado for a long weekend. It's just, it wouldn't be possible.
Totally understanding. Listen, one of these days, who knows? Maybe we'll all meet at spring training.
Don't
What do
get
you?
me wrong. I have a cousin in Colorado, probably not far from where the ballpark is, and I still want to visit Colorado. So then, if I go to Colorado, I'll just go to a regular game, and the Yankees wouldn't be there. I've done that with the Dodger Stadium. I've done that with the Giants in San Francisco, in Seattle, and in Philly.
Another great stadium venue to catch a game at is Petco Park
Heck,
in
yeah.
in San Diego.
I've only been to San Diego 3 days in my life.
And
Yeah.
The other stadium, Dodger Stadium, I freaking hate that place.
Boo-hoo.
That is the worst venue to catch a game at. They have these freaking Death Star speakers that are so damn loud they blow your eardrums out, and the damn things are running all the time.
Oh yeah, the Dodger Stadium. I mean, they did a big renovation. I heard over the winter.
The only plus thing about Dodger Stadium is they got decent food there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what the Yankees have. But again, you need the American Express Gold Card to buy anything there. So I mean, but it's just like in the venue of Madison Square Garden. So
Usually, what I do when I go to a game, I buy food and take it with me.
well, yeah, but sometimes if they want to stop you, they can stop you.
They never stop me from bringing food into the stadium.
You're lucky because after 9/11, for a while, they would you couldn't even bring an umbrella in there. You had to go to the bowling alley, which was across the street of Yankee Stadium, just to bring your stuff there. Anything. They didn't want you even carrying a bottle cap. So it would, it's come a long way now. I mean, you got to trust. I would guess. But guys, in just a couple of words for tomorrow. Predict. You guys have been pretty good with predictions. Start with you, Ken. What do you see for tomorrow? And a little early prediction, even though we're hours away.
I think that Cookie Carrasco is going to have some decent movement on his pitches. He's going to keep the Rays off of it. I think we're going to find a way to get to Boz. He pitches quite similar to the way that the pitcher who was on the bump tonight, who was similar to the first game pitcher. As a matter of fact, all the Ray pitchers are basically built out of the same mold. So the more we face that type of pitching, the better we're going to get. So I think we're going to have more than 5 hits tomorrow. I think we're going to probably end up being 5-3 us for game 3 of the series.
5-3. Okay.
But I did say that the Yankees are going to take 3 out of 4, and if we're going to lose a game, that one might be it.
Okie doke. Jonathan, fair enough.
I think with the pitching matchup, I don't think the Yankees are going to win the game. I think they're going to have a close game. It's going to be a 2-run game. And if I were to predict the score, which will change, I'm guessing the Yankees lose 5-3.
Okay, before I make a little prediction, Sean Browning is giving us a 6-3 Yankees win.
Yeah,
I like it. I'm going to go 4-1, 4-2 Yankees tomorrow.
Yeah, I think tomorrow Tampa will come back with a vengeance, and they have one of the best pitchers. So I'm as much as I want the Yankees to win, I just think tomorrow might be not.
Okay.
I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see them winning it with Carrasco pitching.
Now to make sure everyone knows, the game tomorrow's at 4 o'clock. So we'll come on with the pregame around 3:15. The same thing, guys. If you can, please jump on. I'll send you the links and everything, and I'd love to have you back on. You guys are doing a great job. I really appreciate the push, and the dedication for me. And again, as soon as the game is over, we'll go on live for the post game. So whatever you guys can do, I really appreciate it. Ken, did you have a final say?
No, you've got a prediction from Stephen B.
And
3-1. So 3-1 Yankees. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Ken. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, everyone in the chat. Thanks for new subscribers. I again, well appreciated. Press the like button, everyone. Don't forget tomorrow morning. You might be sleeping in because it's the weekend, starting the weekend. But you know what? Bottom line is, I will put out some content, and as of right now, 3:15 for the pregame, and hopefully everybody will be back with us, and we'll talk lineups, we'll talk everything that went on between now and 3:15. So with that in mind, everyone, I wish everybody a very very good night, a healthy weekend. I hope you had a great Good Friday, and whatever, anything that you celebrate with your family and friends is a blessing. And stay well, everyone. Kiss everybody. And I always say Ken's favorite, kiss the babies. Very, very important. We love all of you. Thank you. You have a good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Right.